Hi everyone, welcome back to the brand new video of PDPDelva. Yep, that's me. In this video I actually want to make a correction video. It is an informational video if you didn't know about anything of this yet, and it is a correction video if you saw any of my previous videos. I've made a few videos similar to the WindowsAgent trophy video that includes some information about the umbrella term of Otherkin that is actually not as correct as I thought it was. In this video we will be going over, is Otherkin the umbrella term? Or isn't it, and is there another umbrella term that is more correct? Okay, going back in time, the Otherkin community actually started in the early 1970s. It started mainly as a physical mailing list of people who thought they were elves in some way or other, or fan groups of Tolkien. While the Therian community only started in 1993 at Altered Valuables, which was basically a werewolf forum for people who were a fan of werewolves and stuff like that, like the movies and the books. But it kind of got out of hand, and people came there who felt they were more than just werewolf fans. They felt as if they were a werewolf at the inside in some way or another. They started completely separated, and while some people in the other community knew about the Therian community and some people in the Therian community knew about the Otherkin community, they were two completely different things, completely different forms that started in a completely different way. The Otherkin community has always been mainly about the identity of being this kind of thing, mainly elves, while the Therian community has more been about being an animal internally in some way or another, which could simply be having a connection so strong to an animal that it became a part of you. So identity versus animalisticness in some way or another. Until 2010, so that is the first about 17 years of the community, the Therian started had nothing to do with Otherkin. They were completely separated and different things. However, Otherkin community has always started, the Therian community was just Otherkin, but just like a different branch of Otherkin. So while Otherkin thought we're the unifying term, you're just a branch of us, the Therian community didn't thought so at all. This actually caused a lot of discussion and fighting between the two communities. Also because while Otherkin claimed things to be about identity, the Therian community was much more general about animalisticness and being an animal in some way or another. So by the Therian community having to be a sub-term of the Otherkin community, they actually kind of forced the Therian community to have an identity-related community, which it absolutely wasn't at the start. And this goes to the term of Alterhuman. Alterhuman is a term that was coined in 2014 by Phasmovore. It basically means having an internal identity that is outside of traditionally human, so anything but besides standard human stuff. Things like furry, vampire, Otherkin, Therian, couple-linker, kids, anything that isn't standard human was categorized under the term of Alterhuman. And as you can notice, even though Alterhuman is a perfect umbrella term for Otherkin, Therian, kids, vampire and anything else, and doesn't actually exclude anyone, it is kind of forgotten. And that's mainly because Otherkin as an umbrella term just took off. It spread like a wildfire, and I know that I'm a huge cause of this, because all of my videos are very clearly stating that Otherkin is umbrella term of Therian, because I didn't know any better. I'm also just like a 19-year-old. I joined the community when I was 16. I started YouTubing when I was 16. I wanted to share something, even though I didn't know everything yet, I admit that. I'm also just constantly learning. I'm constantly learning new things about the community, about the history, about myself even. So what do you think? Do you think Otherkin is a perfect umbrella term, even though it was forced upon us? Or do you think Alterhuman will be the perfect umbrella term for both communities in every single other similar community out there? So this was the informational / correction video about the umbrella terms of the Otherkin and Therian community and where things maybe kind of went wrong. I also want to give a special thanks to BearX, which is a member of the Therian Guide forums. I contacted them around this video and asking some questions, and they gave me a lot of information and a lot of facts that was really helpful in making this video. He's a very knowledgeable person in the Therian community. He has been here for a long time and I appreciate his stay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you for watching. Oof, PD.
Extreme, I pursue it like laser beams. Get rocked with the shell shock pizza king. Can't stop these radical dudes. The secret of the ooze make the chosen few emerge from the shadows to make their move. The good guys win and the bad guys lose.